And so the same way that goes with the world, and the same way that goes with everything else, we are so busy looking at the glamour of it all versus looking at the richness of it, of what's really true and what's really there that's going to be tasteful and be enriching to our lives. Because he's working to transform our characters.
Well,
it says our job is to join him and let him control. Get into alignment. We need to be able to stay in our own lanes in obedience to the will for our lives.
yes.
So just like you got a car and you're driving down the street and you let go of the wheel and the car's pulling to this lane, pulling to the left lane, it's pulling to the right lane. So so then you wonder, well, whoa, are you all over the place because you're not in alignment?
Well,
So once you take it to the master mechanic and you take your stuff to the mechanic, then they put it back in alignment, and then you're able to go down the road in a straight way or whatever, and you're not pulling to the left, you're not pulling to the right. So just like in Christ, if we don't align ourselves daily, then we're going to be all over the place. We'll fall for anything.
well,
Because if you're not in alignment with him, then you're able to be pulled to the left. You're able to be pulled to the right. You're able to be pulled and bounced around all over the place. And then, in the midst of all that or whatever, if you can go left or right or whatever, then they can pull you back into stuff that you're supposed to have drove away from long ago.
that's it.
So, we need to get ourselves in alignment. We need to be in obedience to him. Philippians 1:6, it says, and I am certain that God, who began the good works within you, will continue his works until it is finally finished on the day that Christ returns. So, God began a work within us long ago. So he already has set it up that we're supposed to live a life in a certain way. So, and he's working in us, like I said, daily. He's working, whether we see it or not, he's working in us daily. And if we just keep ourselves in our minds and our hearts and keep ourselves in alignment with him, then we will truly be able to have that life that God said that he went away to prepare a place for us. We'll be able to go to that place. Because he said he's working in us, and he's going to work in us until the day that he returns. But while he's working, then you have to be in obedience, and you have to be in the mindset and the heart set of wanting to, be, to live that certain life and to live that life with him in order to be able to move toward that. Because if you don't have yourself in alignment with him, and if you're not, totally so out for him, then you can fall for anything.
Well,
So then it goes on in Psalms 139:14, I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. And so when God said that he died, when God created us back in Genesis, when he created us and he created us in the likeness of him, then that we were made and formed perfectly, because God himself is perfect. But because of our sinful nature and the things that happened in the garden, back in the garden or whatever, it made us flawed. So we had a flaw within us, but yet we were made to be perfect.
yes.
Because God, when God created the garden He created, the garden. Then he created the different the trees and the plants that we can eat from, everything, but the tree, but the tree of knowledge. Mm-hmm. And so he was trying to save us from ourselves when he told us that. But once again, we thinking, and then the woman, thinking that, well, I want to be as smart as, I want to be as bright as God. So she did all that, and we still didn't come nowhere near to the knowledge of him, and still yet, only thing you did was open up the door for us to live our lives in certain turmoil.
Well.
So, yet even still, God still sent his son to die on the cross for us, to be the one to be the atone for all of that.
Yes.
So we still have a chance.
Well.
We still have a chance. And our chance is getting in alignment with him and living our lives according to the will of him and for the purpose of him. It says the more we take ourselves to him, the better we will run. We need to do a daily checkup of ourselves.
Yes, yes.
Okay, I work in the trucking industry. In the trucking industry, you have to do which is called DVIR. You have to do that daily. Mm-hmm. And that stands for... that stands for a daily vehicle inspection report. So, if the trucking world in the industry of the world have you do something daily, and they have you into something daily, then why do you think it won't be necessary in order for you to run correctly in Christ to do something daily within yourself? Because if that truck has to have a daily inspection report, then aren't we far more than that truck or whatever? Because God created us. God created us in the likeness of him. He didn't create that truck in the likeness of him. He didn't create anything else in the likeness of him but us.
Yes.
So in order for us to stay in alignment, to be in alignment, to run correctly, we are going to have to correctly do a daily checkup of ourselves. So, as followers of Christ, we need to put on the HAOG daily. I'll get y'all say what that stands for, Pastor. That stands for the whole armor of God. In order for us to run correctly, in order for us to go through the day and have less, not to say that we're not going to have no issue, we're not going to have no problems, but yet we will be able to better to withstand the things that's coming up against us, because we put on the whole armor of him, and putting on the whole armor of him allows you to be shielded from a lot of things that could have gone wrong that day, didn't go wrong, because before you got out of that house, before you did anything, you put on the whole armor of him. So it's very important that we do the HAOG daily. That's putting on the whole armor of him. And make sure that you do the GIGWD daily. What's that stand for, Pastor? That stands for getting into the Word of God daily. Because without knowing his Word, and without having his Word inside of you, then you're not going to know what to do. So then, again, you'll fall for anything, because you don't know. And for me, I truly feel like faith is really the substance of it all for us or whatever. And in the Bible, faith appears 336 times in the King James Version. How you know that, Pastor? Because I studied it for myself.
Well,
And then it's 458 times in the NIV version. It's 398 times in the New King James Version. It's 378 times in the American Standard Version. It's 521 times in the Good News version. So, if God mentioned, and they talked about faith that many times in the Bible, then what make you think that having faith ain't important?
well,
So, for me, I have to stand on faith with everything. I'm standing here before you today on faith. Because for me, I didn't see this being me. And when God told me, he told me long ago. But yet, I fought it, and I fought it, and I fought it. But yet, after sitting on my couch one day and having the breakdown and everything, and just going through, dealing with myself and dealing with God, dealing with me, I said, okay, Lord, I'm going to step out on faith. I'm going to trust, and I'm keep telling you what I don't have to do this and everything, but you telling me what I do have, and if I believe and if I have faith in you and trust enough in you to know that you are God and that you're going to do just what you said that you're going to do within me, then I just need to just stand before your people, and then not worry about what's going to come out, not worry about how it's going to come out, because all I'm doing is standing. It's you that is within me that's going to do all the talking, and that's going to do all the teaching. And so that is why I stand here today, because I'm standing on the faith and the trust and the belief in him. And I got a confession to make. Your pastor ain't perfect. He never was, never will be. But yet, one thing I can tell y'all, what y'all have in me, is y'all have a man that's going to stand before God, and that is going to look to God, because he says to look to the hills for where cometh your help. So I'm going to look to him, and I am going to do and seek every bit of knowledge and seek everything that God has for me, for you, and for myself. You have somebody that will be able to stand before you to give you the truth of things and tell you the truth about himself. Because I'm not going to live a life thinking that, and come off to y'all and nobody else like I got it all the answers, or I know it all, or I'm perfect, because I'm not. So, with knowing that I'm not perfect, and knowing that I'm in need of help, that is why I have a great need to continue to take myself to the Creator and the Master Mechanic.
well,
Because I know that if I put myself in the Creator and the Master Mechanic's hand, that I'm going to be fixed, I'm going to be transformed, I'm going to run until God says that I can't run no more.
well,
So you got some cars that after 20,000 miles, you got these issues, you got that issue. So just like the car, if we don't continue to do and take ourselves in for the scheduled services, we are going to continue to have all these mishaps and all these hiccups and everything go wrong, because we're not taking ourselves and we're not allowing God to do the proper services in our lives. And the proper services comes with us reading, us seeking him out, us doing his will and allowing him to be the focus point of our lives. And then it says the time that stands out for me in the Bible about faith is in Matthew 8:26, and he said unto them, "Oh, why are you still fearful, O ye of little faith?" And then he arose and he rebuked the winds and the sea, and there was a great calm.
Yes.
So, once again, do we want to live our lives with "O ye" and have him tell us, "O ye of little faith"? Or do we want to take God outside of that box and let him be the great faith, and to have the great faith and the belief in him, and let his greatness grow in us, and that way we will be able to continue to look up and to have that faith and that belief in him in regards to what's going on in our lives, how it's going on in our lives. We can stand on that faith, and we can stand on the truth and belief. And if he's sleeping, and he appears to be sleeping, then you'll be able to rest in him, knowing that God got it. God is in control. God got it under control. So there ain't no need to get all panicky and all frazzled about it or whatever, because only thing that they needed to do there, they didn't have to wake up Jesus. They didn't have to go bother him or whatever. He was resting down there. But yet, because of their lack of faith, then that problem that they was facing, it was a small problem compared to who Jesus is. It was small in comparison to him, and what God can do. And so, don't you know, even at him resting, that God had everything under control. He was, even at rest, God is still in control. So we don't need to worry, and we don't need to be caught up in the troubles of life. All we need to do is stand on the faith of him, and the troubles of life will dissipate. Dissipate in size, because you're gonna continue to have trouble, or whatever, because God did not promise a life without trouble. But what he did promise us, that if we have faith and we have trust in him, that he will provide our every needs, and that he's gonna, and he's gonna work it out for us in our favor. He did promise that.
Yes.
So, what we need to do today, and we need to start as soon as possible. And I would say we need to start today. Then it says, we put our faith in so many things without giving it a second thought. We have faith that when we walk into a room and flip the switch, that light gonna come on. We believe that. Without anything, we don't give it a second thought. When we know, especially if you know you paid your bill, you know that if you go in that house and you flip that switch, that light it should have come on. So you have faith and believe and trust that light gonna come on or whatever when you need that light.
Yes.
So why can't we, if we can trust in a light switch without even giving it a second thought, why can't you, when you're going through something and when you're dealing with an issue of life, why can't you have that same strength and that same faith and that same thought in your mind, in your heart, that, Lord, I know it's dark, I'm in a dark place, I know things don't seem to be right, but I know that in the midst of my darkness, in the midst of everything I'm going through, that you're still there and you're still God. And all I need to do is turn on my faith light.
Yes.
And then if I turn on my faith light, then I will know and I will be able to see things clearing out of the room or whatever, just like roaches, where you got roaches all over the place, but if you go in a room of roaches and you turn the light on, what does a roach do?
Yeah.
So if you believe in